I want to hit Rule 8. And the first thing on your mission is you've got to have focus. And the challenge with focus today is we start our week with a plan, and then it gets derailed on Monday at 9 a.m. And then we try to recover from it. As a project manager, I believe you have to create and protect this. And one of the best ways of doing this is what we call leader's intent. Leader's intent is a phrase that is focused on establishing the outcome of success for your team or your project. This is not a scope statement. This is not a mission statement or a vision statement. Those are all different. Leader's intent is this, which assumes that the best laid plan is going to fall apart as soon as you start doing the job. So what happens? Does everybody just go, whoa, stop, I don't know what to do? Or can people keep moving forward? This is the way you adapt. Here's what it is. It's a very simple phrase. Success looks like blank, and you fill in the blank. It's an outcome. It is not a goal. Okay, goals are objectives or measures that you're trying to attain to get there. It's progressive. Leader's intent starts with the end state in mind and then says, how do we get there? Okay? The way you can tell if you have not written a good leader's intent statement is, look at your statement and say, does it answer why I'm doing this or why we're doing this? And if it doesn't, then you haven't written it correctly. So I'm going to give an example. On time, on budget, in scope. That's our mantra, right, for a lot of projects? But that's like a gimme, right? What does that really mean? I mean, how many times have I walked into organizations where the business unit says, every Monday IT did something to my computer. I don't know what they did, but I can't work until Monday afternoon. I've had that. And I had a project that said, our intent statement is we will never hear that phrase again. So what if instead, success to me looked like for 90 days after we deploy the software, my phone rings only with compliments? How would that change your implementation? Seriously, how would it change your project, though? What would you do different if that was your success driver? A lot more testing. Okay, what else? More training. Yeah, you want to really make sure they're ready to go. You're trying to reduce disruption. What about the time of deployment? When you deploy the software, what would you want to consider if that was your success driver that you might not normally consider if it's on time, on budget, or one of the other factors? What? Did we meet at customers' expectations? Which I can do that throughout, right? I would want to make sure I've got checkpoints of, am I going down the right path to hit this? What was it?
Employee satisfaction surveys.
Okay, I can do surveys, but surveys are after the fact. Hey, we sucked. And they tell us now, oh, we sucked. But user impact. So one of the things I would do probably during that type of a project is I want to make sure I've got people ready to handle questions immediately for the first 2 weeks, right? Because I want to ensure that there's no disruption, that you don't have to call a help desk and just wait online. I want some people for the first few days for those high impact areas to be ready to go. But how many times do we say as soon as we can, especially if it's a third-party vendor, get them out of here. We don't want to stop paying them. Now, that may not be your success statement on a project, but that's what leader's intent can do. Right now, in project teams in general with project managers, I have a lot of them and their team members who don't know what success is, how they're going to be judged for success. So they fill in the blank. And sometimes that may be, we got to be first to market, when that's not what actually leadership believes it should be. But they're running first to market. They're spending overtime to get there, to get to first to market. Clarifying what success is. And if you're a project manager and you don't know what it is, start the phrase with, so at the end of this project, what does success look like to you? You'd be amazed at what you find. I will see, it's very easy to measure goals. I will see safety training. I see this one quite a bit. We're going to deliver 25 safety training classes in 2017. And that'll be on somebody's personal development plan. And they can check the box. When that was a goal, that was not an outcome. That's not an intent statement. The intent statement would probably be more like along the lines of, we want to reduce the safety incident rating or a percentage from 4% to 2% by the end of this year. Training may be one of those opportunities to get there, but other things could be as well. Process engineering or just reviewing communication. Different things can play into that. And so what you're trying to watch for in that approach, the leader's intent statement is, what's the end state we're trying to achieve?